Here we have the new Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus, the best and most expensive out of the new Xiaomi smartphones. So as of right now, you can get this phone for 500 euros or 530 euros depending on the storage capacity that you choose. There are 3 different color options, so you got that frost blue version that I have right here, but you can also get it as a lavender purple, or you can get it as an all black version. So let's start with the backside of this phone. So it's a Gorilla Glass 7i glass backside on the blue and black version, and on the purple one, right here you have an eco leather backside, which I would normally prefer. So the Xiaomi phone has a huge camera on the backside which sticks out quite a bit, and you actually have some airspace between the phone and the floor if you lay it flat on its back, but therefore it doesn't wiggle around when you touch it on the sides. The triple camera setup sits on a rippled metallic frame which fits great to the rest of the backside. You basically have 2 polished stripes on the side and a patterned stripe right down the middle. Overall, this phone weighs in at 205 grams, it has an aluminum frame, and it is IP68 water and dust resistant. So the Redmi 14 Pro Plus has a 6.67-inch AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision, and it has a max brightness of 3000 nits, which is fairly good. The display also has a 120Hz refresh rate, which makes everything on your phone look very fluid, but you can also trim it down to just 60Hz. This phone also comes with quite a few display features, like you get a reading mode which tints the screen amber, you can change the color scheme from vivid to saturated, original color, and you can also adjust the color temperature. As for the movie experience, this phone is top notch. The colors look good, the contrast is nice, you have dark blacks, and the AMOLED display overall is doing a good job. The Redmi 14 Pro Plus also comes with an always-on display mode with different theme styles. You have analog and digital clocks and a few more AOD displays. You also have different lock screen styles like the classic ones, rhombus, or magazine, and then these styles can be customized as well. Now as for the audio, this phone comes with a set of stereo speakers which do get loud and the quality is excellent. It also has Dolby Atmos support, which you can also switch to the Xiaomi sound, and you have a graphic equalizer as well. Next comes the battery life. So the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus comes with a large 5110 mAh battery that lasts up to 11 hours on continuous video streaming. You can use the navigation for up to 15 hours, or you can play video games for about 7 hours. Also, the charging speed is crazy good if you use the 120 watts fast charger. Here in Germany, you do not get one once you buy the smartphone, but you do get it in other countries. Now like this phone goes from 0 to 100% in just 20 minutes. So let's get over to some of the features and HyperOS. First, you need to know that you will probably get 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates. And you can decide between 2 different sizes. So there is this smaller 256 gig internal storage version, and you can get the bigger one with 512 gigs of internal storage. And if we take a peek into the storage settings, you will see that about 25 gigs are already used up by the system on my smaller version. The bad news right here is that the storage capacity is not expandable through microSD. Like with most smartphones, you have an under-display fingerprint sensor, which even works if you have wet or sweaty fingers, and of course there's a face detection as well. This phone comes with features like Circle to Search and Google Gemini, but you also have some cool AI features. Like for your photos, you have the AI Enhancer, Erase, and Expand feature. In your photo gallery, you have an AI interpreter which translates conversations in real time. You have AI subtitles and some cool things like AI Summary, which quickly creates summaries of long text for you. Or you also have the AI Translate, which detects and translates foreign languages. Of course, there are also some small features like a one-handed mode and gesture controls, but you also have a feature that ignores accidental touches on the edges, and right here you can decide between a small and a big area, or you can have your own custom area, which is actually pretty good for gaming. By the way, like always, you will find the link to the smartphone down below in the description. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. Let's get over to the gaming and the performance. And the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus runs on the slightly older Snapdragon 7S Gen 3, but this one is still doing a very good job in your day-to-day use. In benchmarks, the phone posted good numbers for the class, and the CPU performance is good as well. You can even play games like Genshin Impact on high graphics settings with a steady 60 FPS rate, at least when it comes to some smaller fights. You also don't have any overheating problems with this phone, and then you get a game booster with the usual shenanigans like a game turbo mode. You can take screenshots, adjust the brightness, or you can also open up apps while you're playing. Alright, let's talk about the cameras. So with this phone you will get a 200 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization. There's an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro camera. And you can shoot videos in 4K resolution and with 30 FPS. The front camera is very good as well with 20 megapixel, but with this one you can only shoot videos in 1080p and 60 FPS. As for the camera mode, you have things like a portrait mode, night mode, you can scan documents, there's a pro mode and a few more. As for the pictures, the main camera's default 12.5 megapixel photos have good sharpness and detail, and you have good color accuracy as well. Just the dynamic range isn't so wide and you sometimes end up with some shadows that are too dark. Shots of people are okayish, the quality is just mid-range, but the portrait mode delivers good results. Just the skin tone looks a bit off and very soft, and I would also say that the detail level isn't so good. It also feels like that the focus isn't always on the subject and you will get some blurry pictures as the result. As for the zoom options, this phone goes all the way up to 30x zoom, but I will stick to a max of 3x zoom as pictures right here still look very good. The ultra wide angle camera's photos are just okay, photos look soft and the detail level isn't that great, and also the dynamic range isn't very wide.